Hey guys, what's up, and a very good morning. So welcome to a new daily market outlook for the major dollar pairs such as Euro dollar and Aussie dollar, and we're also going to be discussing gold. So with that said, let's dive straight in. Starting off with the dollar index. The dollar index pulled back up in towards the highs after pretty much moving in towards this area of consolidation over here, and as we know, areas of consolidation form areas of demand. However, preferably because we already tapped in towards this area of consolidation, I was looking for price to fall slightly lower before seeing that upside reversal. However, if we do kind of look at these lows over here, we can very clearly see that we have a 1/3 touch of this overall descending trend line, forming a descending kind of like wedge formation. So this is an indication that price could be ready to kind of like start moving up higher. If we do, however, kind of see the failure of price to move up higher and we kind of react towards this supply zone, I am looking to see if, can this supply zone hold, or can this supply zone over here hold? Then, because these are the two main supply zones, and let me just draw them out for you real quick. So we have this one over here is your supply, and we have one more being the one that we are currently in, this buy before the sell-off. So in either one of these zones, the market should start dropping down lower, back down towards that liquidation low and towards that area of demand before reversing in towards the highs. However, because we kind of have this pattern completion and we had this area of consolidation, I would still be happy to see the dollar index move up higher once this high of 106,787 is taken out. Look for the pullback, and then logically we will start moving up higher in towards 107,993, which is a daily swing high and which should get taken out. Just overall structure wise, when we see kind of like these impulses in towards the highs and then this descending corrective nature, it is very logic that the dollar index should, or that price should move up higher and start taking out the highs. But yeah, for that we need confirmation, and we need to take out 106,787. So yeah guys, use these channels and wedges definitely to your advantage, because as you can see, they play out very, very beautifully very often. Moving on in towards euro dollar. So euro dollar, what can we expect? Well, of course, after yesterday, we did see that pullback from that area of supply, which is very strong, very clear, and I mentioned this in yesterday's video, very clear, strong area of supply, very beautiful buy before the sell-off. Then this beautiful area of liquidation right below this area of supply, took out the highs, and pretty much after that straight away just started dumping in towards the downside. So we're now currently located inside this area of demand. However, more often than not, what will happen when we kind of have these clean moves, I call them, and we call them 4-hour inducement. Over here, this kind of like clean move in towards the upside, is that there's no real liquidation inside the move. Of course, you kind of have these wicks of this imbalance candle specifically. If you go in towards the 15-minute, you kind of see, okay, that's consolidation. And of course, we kind of like took that low out of this area of consolidation, and after that, we kind of like started moving in towards the highs. However, it's not very significant on the 4-hour perspective, and therefore, I kind of see this entire range as kind of like the zone that we want to start taking out. So we could definitely start reacting to this demand zone if on the 15-minute, and I'm going to touch on that in a second, start shifting in structure. But overall, it is for me more favorable that we move in towards this area of demand. Let me just remove that fib. This area of demand over here, which is pretty much in alignment. Let me just quickly draw on the premium versus discount tool, which is pretty much in alignment with just below the 50% mark. So it should be the 618 fib. Yeah, so the 618 fib is a position there. I don't use it as a main confluence, but it's always nice to see. So I wouldn't be surprised if your dollar were to move down lower. However, it does not necessarily need to happen, because we can, of course, already react to this area of demand over here. So it is very likely when you have kind of like these clean moves in towards the upside that we liquidate the own low of kind of structure that's forming and reacting to a demand zone. So take out that low and then look for kind of that change in structure and a 4-hour change of character, which is likely going to be a 15-minute change in structure. So overall, from a 15-minute perspective, I don't see this as a swing pullback, or this is a swing pullback. What I was looking for yesterday was, of course, this break of structure, and then, of course, a pullback, and then a further sell-off. Didn't happen, so no entry for myself. However, once again, a beautiful 1, 2, 3 kind of ascending pattern, which I literally explained yesterday. Very beautiful to see 1, 2, 3, and then the big sell-off in towards the downside. So for today, what I've been looking at mainly is this pretty much area of 15-minute supply over here, this 15-minute zone, where price kind of like is now reacting from and selling off in towards the downside. That is now causing kind of like the internal break of structure over here. If we break this low and we close below it, then we have this as our new high, and you kind of have like the inverse of what happened over here and what you expect. You kind of have this low break over here. Then what you want to see, of course, is demand on the 4-hour hold. Take out this high over here, pull back, demand, boom, start buying again in towards the highs, because we have now retraced in towards the overall 50% mark of the swing range, and from that moment onwards we are very happy to look for buys. So yeah, if that doesn't happen and we do not and we are not able to break this high and start moving like this, then yeah, I'll just be waiting for this lower zone over here and start buying from there with beautiful liquidation on all of these lows over here, because there is a little of liquidity there resting below the lows, a lot of stop losses. So that's pretty much euro-dollar explained in a nutshell. Hope you guys can take value from that. Now moving on in towards Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar moved up higher as of yesterday. Yeah, pretty much just again pushed up higher. Let's see, just missed out on this refined area of supply, but have now taken out this area of supply over here. So what is likely and what I would like to see is pretty much one more push up higher. So let's see if we can react towards this sell before the buy. We had a 4-hour change of character, continuation of character over here. So this is now kind of like your low, this is your high. So it is likely that we could see one more push in towards the highs and then kind of like form this ascending structure like we had over here. And on the 1 hour, it will be far more clear. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for in Aussie dollar. And what I would really like to happen is this and then sell off in towards the downside. So looking at it again from a 4-hour perspective, you guys know 4 hours bearish, daily is bearish. I've explained this multiple times every single day. Yeah, I mean, if we look at it from a swing structure perspective, again, this is your swing high, this is your swing low. We pulled back in towards 618 and 786, moved in towards the downside, now just pulling back. There's a lot of liquidity underneath these lows. Yeah, I mean, it's a great sell. But yeah, again, we need the lower time frame structure to provide us with entries, right? So at the moment, lower time frame structure is bullish, so it is risky to just start selling randomly. So what you want to need or what you want to see, and again guys, this is now the structure. You had a 15-minute breaker structure over here, so 15-minute boss. So what happened is pushing towards the highs, pull back, pushing towards the highs, and now this low broke this high. So we need this low to go, then retracement, and then we look for a short, or we just wait for this again 1, 2, 3 to occur. We react to this demand zone and then push up and then push down. So you can look for longs from here. I will potentially look for a long from here to trade it one more time up. Then from here, I will start looking to short. So yeah, I might be a little bit more aggressive with shorting from here, because you are shorting from premium pricing, daily bearish, 4 hours bearish, and we have a beautiful 50-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour pattern at our disposal. So that's what I'm waiting for, guys, on Aussie dollar. Yeah, waiting for either a push up from this zone over here to provide us with that 1, 2, 3, and then to sell off, or if we see the breaker structure. And again, guys, we need confirmation, right, to enter from here, because we don't have liquidation in this kind of like move up. So what's likely is that we'll kind of create liquidation ourselves, and early buyers will probably get stopped out. So keep that in mind when trading Aussie dollar. Moving on in towards pound dollar. Yeah, so pound dollar from a daily perspective, we have started again to pull back. Yeah, I mean, pretty much what has happened, well, we saw a daily change of character again, and yeah, pound dollar has just been one of those messier pairs, but we've seen a daily change of character on this high. So daily, I don't have the daily chart marked out, but regardless, let me just get this line. This over here is your daily change of character. So this at the moment over here is your low, and this is your high. So pretty much from a daily perspective, daily is signifying, okay, we can start moving up higher. Of course, you could say this high all the way, or this high all the way down towards this low. This is now your pullback, and I mean, we're ready to start moving down lower. However, it's just kind of like more from a resistance play. I would prefer us to hit this supply zone before actually moving down lower. So let's move in towards the 4 hour and see what's telling us, or what it is telling us. So yeah, again, guys, like I pretty much mentioned on all pairs, there's no liquidation in this move over here, meaning that it is very likely that we're going to sweep the low of the early buyers. So yeah, kind of like exact same setup as on euro dollar. Just wait for structure to form, guys. Don't get in too early. Wait for pretty much like this low to get a close below, then this becomes your high, then wait for this, and then I would take like a confirmation entry where you kind of like wait for 2 highs to get broken, so you actually know that order flow is now bullish. So you just wait for that to occur. Maybe it will happen on Thursday and not today, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much that, guys. I mean, yeah, what I'm looking for. So wait for that to occur, and for the rest, nothing really interesting from pound dollar. So moving on in towards gold, because of course everybody loves a little bit of gold. So yeah, gold moved in towards our demand zone beautifully, and we can straight away see the very aggressive reaction back up in towards the highs. As you guys know, yesterday I was mentioning this is your liquidation low. So what happened? We liquidated the low and a very aggressive reversal in towards the highs. Yeah, could have easily gained. Let's see if you just take it from the top. What is it? Yeah, 150 pips. So moving in towards the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I mean, there's not really structure forming when we enter that area of demand on the 4-hour. From a 15-minute perspective, this, of course, over here is kind of like your main zone. Yeah, I mean, once you start rejecting that zone, you can obviously kind of like enter over here on the rejection of that area of demand. So that is a potential setup that you could have taken, just traded back up in towards this extreme buy before the sell-off, and you have like a nice 1 to 2.28. So that's the setup that you could have looked at, but you're not really kind of like a textbook setup for myself. But yeah, I am looking for higher prices on gold, ultimately just to move up higher in towards that 2000 region very, very soon. Today, however, could provide us with some further downside, because overall structure is bearish on the 15-minute, in the sense that yeah, we moved up in towards the highs, we pulled back, we moved up, we pulled back, up, back, and boom. So I think you guys can now see the structure. This is now your swing high, this is now your swing low, and this is now acting as supply. So yeah, I mean, we could now move down lower, and that is definitely potential, until this high has not been broken. So we need that high to break, then I'm confident that we're going to hit 2000. So we need 1982 or so to start breaking, then we will see that 2000 mark. So yeah guys, a bit of a long video today. Yeah, sorry for that. Wish you a fantastic day. Thank you for joining in. Discord server, link is in the description down below. Free signals, market updates, sessions, whatever, all for free. Yeah, just join and see you inside. Thanks guys.